Hello and welcome to the Elevation Effect. I have no idea how I'm introing anything yet, so thank you very much for being my test dummy today. Annette, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Cal. I'm loving to be... Oh, gosh.
Loving to be.
I love to be your test dummy.
You do. You always enjoy trying new stuff out for me, so that's great. Now, so for the people who don't know you, I obviously know you very well. Can you let everyone know where we're Zooming you from?
We are Zooming from the lovely capital city of Sarajevo in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Nice.
And sorry, any Bosnians, if I've said that wrong.
Please don't be offended.
I'm learning. Učim bosanski jezik.
Love it.
I'm learning Bosnian in Bosnian.
I love how you send me like the random names and stuff like that. Like you always send me like random words in Bosnian. And I'm like, I don't know. And then you're like, this is what it says. And I'm like, okay. Because I remember...
Like my fitness cow?
Oh my God.
What I'm tracking.
That was terrifying. Honestly, I'm like, I don't know what any of that is. Annette, you're going to have to interpret that for me. I do remember the first one I think you sent me was the word bag.
Oh, yeah. I learned very quickly that when you go shopping, you ask for a kesa, not a torbe. A torbe is a handbag. A kesa is the plasticna kesa, which is a plastic shopping bag. I always wondered why I was getting weird looks. Google Translator is great, but sometimes it gets it very wrong.
Just not quite right.
No.
So good. All right, so tell me about, again, because we don't know who knows you and who doesn't know you, and obviously we're talking like we've known each other forever because we have, but tell me how you came to find me.
So, okay, I'll go right back. Prior to kids, I used to enjoy fitness for my own mental health. I'm quite open with this. I suffer from anxiety.
Yes.
So I used to use exercise as a manner of keeping myself sane. And then after kids, I had some complications, which I always very open about as well.
Yes.
And it took me quite a while to try and find my mojo again.
Yes.
I started slowly getting back into the gym, but sort of found that I wasn't getting too far and I knew I needed some guidance. And then my friend Shah, who's a PT, she started training me, and she's awesome. Shah's also competed with you.
She is.
And
she did.
Then Shah said to me, she goes, why don't you try a competition or a transformation, like just something? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm about to hit 40. Maybe I should do something to put myself out of my comfort zone, because even though I talk a lot, I'm an introverted extrovert. Does that make sense?
Like, because I'm one.
Yeah. So Shah found you online. She goes, oh, this lady has like a 12-week challenge. And I'm like, oh, well. And she goes, and there's an option to go to stage. And I was like, oh, well, if there's anything more scarier than stepping up on stage, that's probably going to make me stick to it.
Yeah.
So I think I was in Alice Springs at the time because we were on a family road trip in our camper van, and we were stopped at Alice Springs, and I sort of turned to my husband and I said, right, I'm going to do a body transformation. I'm going to go step up on stage in 12 weeks. And he just looked at me and went, what are you talking about? So from there, I think I actually contacted you in Alice Springs and said, oh, I'm keen. And
yes,
my husband's really supportive in the sense that he knows if it's anything to do with my mental health or to make me feel better and to be a better person, he was like, yep, if that's what you want to do it. So, yeah, then I contacted you and we did the 12-week challenge, and that was heaps of fun. Was totally out of my comfort zone stepping on the stage, but it was a good thing, the vibe. It was, what was it, ICN Sunny Coast?
ICN Brisbane.
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 Was it?
Yeah.
And it was like 2023, and then after that, it was such a cool vibe. Like, it was just fun and exciting. And Shah was there competing as well on her own.
Yes.
So we got to go like random with you. And then I was like, well, I want to do this properly.
Yeah.
So Yeah, and it was awesome working with you because you understood all my complications and my needs, and the fact to know that, I mean, we can go into it later, but that I can't lift excessively heavy to build because my body just won't do that. So, yeah, and then another year later to the day, we did 3 shows together.
We did.
And it was like the most amazing experience. And in between that, in between the middle of my prep,
at this stage, so when you started your prep for your proper bodybuilding season, you were located in Darwin.
Yeah, I lived in Darwin then.
You have always been an online client, and so you were located in Darwin. And then tell everyone what happened about 2/3 of the way through your prep.
So my husband works in mining, and he has always been FIFO. And he got this amazing offer, and he said, one of my mates is going to go over and work in Europe, and they want to know if I want to get on board. And it was actually funny because he said, it's in some place starting with B. I'm like, me? Like, where is it? And then so it was Bosnia, and they flew us over here to have a look, and we were all sort of, I mean, I think people say Bosnia and Herzegovina, and people instantly think, they had a war there.
Yeah.
But we came over here, and we had a look, and I think I kept it sort of quiet with you because we didn't know what we were going to do.
Yes.
I think maybe they mentioned we were coming to go and have a look, and you're like,
you I think that you did message me straight away as soon as you found out, and you're like, okay, so this is where we're at. We're basically going to we're going to go and have a look for a week, and because that was in the middle of your prep as well, essentially.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because I probably should have taken scales at the time, but it was just going into the unknown. I mean, before that, I'd only ever travelled to Bali.
Yeah.
So, luckily enough that you taught me enough of my macros and everything like that, I could eyeball a lot of things or get pre-packaged, not crap, but pre-packaged options, and just make sure I got my protein.
Lots of protein powder.
Yeah. So we actually came over here, and we just, we had a good fit. It was like, to do something for our family and what was right. And so we came back, and after a bit, I sent you a message, Carl, I'm moving to Bosnia, but Mick said that I could go, because Mick and I discussed it, and he's like, no, this is something that you've already committed to. And he was super supportive in the fact that he was like, you've already committed to this. Let's, see it through. And his whole family, my family, he was supportive. Like, when I had to fly back to Australia for the comp, his dad flew over here to help Mick look after the kids.
Which was great.
But yeah, there was lots of learning journeys with it, like getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning to do, posing with Donna. And,
because of the time difference and...
time differences, and just navigating new gyms, and what I was used to. Like, I found a really lovely gym here, but it's still different to the gyms.
I was going to say, do you want to touch on that while we're talking about it then? Like, what's the difference between, I guess, you as, like, culturally, like you as a woman in the gym, like, what does that look like for you over there?
Funnily enough, like, I've actually met some real, like, it's a little bit hard with the language barrier in some instances.
Yes.
But at the same time, a lot of people, it's actually really amazing. I take my hat off to the Europeans, because majority of people, you say, they can speak not only English, but they can speak a multiple number of languages.
Yes.
And, I mean, there's some really lovely people at my gym that I've met. There's one girl in particular helps me out quite a lot, answers all my cultural questions or questions about the gym or about Bosnia in general, and she can speak, I think, 4 different languages. She's amazing.
Wow.
But yeah, just really have lovely people, and you've always got the lovely regular people, like the cleaning lady. She doesn't speak English, but I've learned a bit of Bosnian, and I always say good morning to her and things like
that's nice.
So it's lovely. Like, the gym that I go to is not as big as you walk into your World's gyms and stuff like that in Australia, and they're massive.
Yes.
Whereas this one's sort of a smaller gym. It's not 24 hours. I I've come into a few things where problems, like my kids I used to take to the creche.
Yes.
But I can't do that anymore, so it's working around different hours. There are a couple of 24-hour gyms here, but they're just too far away.
Yes.
From where I am in terms to and work around with the kids. But my kids are getting older now too.
Yes.
So
it's starting to get a bit easier.
Yeah. I do miss my early morning gym sessions. I used to wake up before work and go like 4 o'clock and back home, wash, go, work. So, but in the same sense, I'm not working full time here. I help out. I'm a teacher, so I gave up my full time teaching role and took leave from it when I left Australia. But here I can just be mum, and then I help out at the school and role as a healthier teacher when I can, so I can fit the gym around that as well.
Amazing.
So
good.
I think I ran.
No, it was good because it was a really, really good overview of like where you're at the moment and those sorts of things. So, tell me a little bit more about the adjustment that you made because, like we were saying, you moved over there in prep, and I know that a lot of people that would completely derail someone. And they would not make it to stage, and you did make it to stage, and you came back and you smashed out your season and got up on the podium for all of your divisions, which you weren't expecting, and I will always cherish that fourth place that you got because your face is just priceless, but yeah, talk us through about like the difference between like obviously you started prep in Australia, so you've got your if anyone's done a prep before, it's always like you kind of have your general go-to meals. So it's always like chicken, rice, whatever. And then all of a sudden your entire family has been like across the world. And we were having a joke just before about you sending me your MyFitnessPal entries and me not knowing what the hell anything is. So do you want to talk a bit around how you navigated through kind of that turbulent time?
I suppose, the first night that we got here, it was dark, it was winter, it was snowing. And Mick said, let's go up to the corner store.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, not the corner store. He said, we'll go to the shop. So he didn't say corner store. And I'm thinking, okay, we'll walk to the shop. You know what shops are like in Australia.
Yep.
But this was like everywhere around here. You have, just so like any capital cities, I suppose, anyway.
Yeah.
Right in the city, there's like little corner stores.
Yes.
Right in the apartment blocks. And I walked in there and it was really tiny. And I said, Mick, is this the shop? And I got really stressed out because I was like, oh no. How am I going to make my macros in here? But the next day, a jet lag got passed and things like that, and then we realised that as there was, relatively big, really big supermarkets here, like you've got a big Clonsum and things like that. In terms of like, I'll use YoPro as an example.
Yep.
I used to live off YoPro.
Yep.
It was just pivoting, like very quickly learning what the different words were for fats and carbs and proteins in the, in the Bosnian language or the Croatian, Serbian.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff made in closer by countries, if not in Bosnia. So learning those, being able to scan the back of the containers and going, yep, that's, lower fats, higher proteins, lower carbs. So I found like my replacement, which is probably a bit higher in carbs than YoPro. YoPro is pretty awesome. Thing, but I've got like a Stay Strong. It's like a pudding that I found here. That's like 21 grams of protein per serve.
Oh, nice.
And then, you can still find the good old cottage cheese over here.
Yeah, that's it.
It took me a while to find it.
Well, that's a problem here at the moment where we're shortaging everywhere because of TikTok. So thanks, TikTok.
Oh, lucky I don't have that yet.
Hey.
But they have, I even was able to find without lactose because I have a lot of people a bit sensitive to it. Yeah. So I found I can have a little bit of lactose, but I tend to try and stay
away from more intolerant, less allergic.
Yes, yeah. So, I mean, it's nice though in terms of fruit and vegetables and things like that.
Yeah, okay.
When it's season here, I mean, I can always feel my calves when it's things are in spring, because right outside the place that we're renting, we have cherry trees, pears, apples.
Yeah, you have all the good fruit on your thing. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, when I came back from my comp last year, they were all in fruit. So you got all these lovely pictures of me going, look, I made a pear pie.
I did.
I've used stevia. Yeah, we went I went there. Reverse diet properly, people. Don't do what I did.
You weren't too bad. There was a little bit there, was a bit rocky, that's all.
And had children's birthday parties and everything.
Yes, I do remember that.
I suppose it was a good learning experience, though, like knowing the importance of reverse dieting properly. Comp.
It's so funny because, like, as you know, even from when you first started with me, like, I'm really passionate about, like, talking to you guys about, you know, reversing out properly from the day you basically start, right? And I'm like, you know, we need to talk about this closer to the end. And then towards the end, I start talking to you guys more about it because, you know, the end's in sight now. And it's like, okay, like, I know you're hungry, but, you know, this is what happens. And I think I even said it to you, and I say it to pretty much all of my competitors. You don't, like, you can sit there and tell someone till you're blue in the face about reverse dieting and how it can affect you and the feelings that you're going to have post-comp and stuff like that. But until you experience it firsthand, like for yourself, you can't actually understand until you're there, right? Like, it is something completely different to anything else you've kind of ever experienced. If you've never starved in a day in your life, it is something very, very strange feeling that you have around food through that time. But I don't think anyone reverses well most of the time. Like, I mean, I'm up to reverse number 4, 5, I don't know. I've done it a few times. And my last reverse that I had, I was in New York for a week, and it was probably the best one I've ever had. And I didn't track my food all week, and I didn't go to the gym all week. And I came back, and I was only 1 kilo up, and I was in New York. And it was like, I was just so conscious of the foods that I was eating. It's like, it's always there. Like, the food's always there. It's not going anywhere. That's all in your head. But yeah, I think it is literally just it's just a learned thing, I guess. So everyone goes through that first reverse, I would think, pretty rough, because you don't know until you know, if that makes sense. So don't be so harsh on yourself.
Yeah. I think it's good though, because I've even got, like I said, I've got that crook gut. So every time I do have something, my husband looks at me and goes, you think you should be having that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I'm like, oh, and he's like, I told you so.
They're unsung heroes, the husbands that can brave turning around to their wife and saying, should you be eating that? Because Lee will do the same to me. He let me get sick one night in New York. I ate way too many M&Ms. And I wasn't really sick, but like that was it for me. Like, I was like, this is why you don't do that. Like, but he will turn around and tell me. Like, he will say something, and I know that there are definitely partners out there who won't, and I think that the partners who do are the ones that you want behind you for that period of time.
Yeah. Right? I mean, as much as I think I drive Mick insane, like, I'm going through a cut now, and sometimes he jokes around with me, and I pick up something, he goes, have you weighed that? Have you weighed that? And even my kids, now I've told them, oh, mummy's going on a cut, because obviously I'm on my cutting phase, and go back to building after reverse, and they're like, no, mum, you can't have any of this, you can't even try it, because you told us no, you told us to say, no, mummy, you're on a cut. So my kids are even like,
I love it. What a great thing for them to see. And
they like telling them off.
I actually love it because you often send me like what you said, the kids are sick home or something, or you can't get to the gym for whatever reason. You will do home workouts to compensate for that. So you're still moving that body and you're still like going through the process and you're still making sure your muscles are moving. But I often see you like sending me videos of the kids joining in and stuff like that, and like that I love seeing that because I obviously train a lot of mums, and so it's so good seeing that because I'm like, this is why I do what I do, because you have that effect on your kids, like, and so your kids are going to know what to eat, do you know what I mean, to feel good, if that makes sense, because as you know, a lot of my talk around food, I like to be not good food, bad food, and do you know what I mean? And I teach you guys that early on, that that's not how, I don't like to talk about it like that, and I think it's really important how we talk about our food, and I think that it's really good that then you guys kind of take that on, and then from that what happens is that you pass that on to your kids, so you're hopefully the goal is that we break that cycle of like that negative food talk and like treat foods and like cheat days and like all of those, that shit that I hate. I think that it's just gonna like have that really good roll-on effect like through the generations, and your kids have obviously watched you go through quite a good physical transformation, but also like a mental transformation as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, they know. Obviously, getting older and hitting that, in that perimenopause phase now.
Yes.
Even my husband will say to me, if I'm cranky or something, he's like, "Can you just go to the gym?" So, but I mean, my daughter sees it, and I know ICM Brisbane was just on, and Emma loves the Angels.
Yes, so she does.
She watched the Angels again, and we tried to sit there and pick which one would win. I didn't tell her who was the winner until the end. And she loved it, and she turned to me again and said, "Oh, can I come to the gym with you soon, Mum?" I said, "Oh, yeah, you still got a little bit old." A little bit old. But I said, "You see, Emma, you can't just put on the wings. You see all these ladies, they worked really hard to make their bodies look the way they look.
Yeah.
So you got to train really hard. You got to be prepared for that." And she sort of looks at me, and you can see her thinking about it.
Yeah, you're like, is this worth it? But at least you're setting up good expectations, right? Because that's a really hard thing to navigate, right? Like social media versus reality. So
social media.
I've had a lot of rants about that today, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, I think my teacher hat goes on when I hear social media. But yeah, I think especially with the bodybuilding community and stuff, like when you see some photos, if you see just that end thing, you've always got to put in the back of your head, well, where did they start from? What's their story?
Yeah.
How long did it to get them there?
Yeah.
And I think you can only truly appreciate that end photo once you know that. Yeah, I mean, you look at an end photo, some people, and they're just phenomenal. But knowing the journey behind some of them is so much so more impressive. So, like, even for yourself, your journey.
Oh,
so, yeah.
It goes all right. It goes all right.
Says number 3 in the world.
Still sounds weird to me. Hey, I just can't get used to it. But I have
number 3 in the world.
My jacket. Yeah. I literally leave it on my chair. I'm like, I love this jacket so much. That was an experience. So hopefully we get to do that soon together.
Well, yeah, maybe. We've talked about it, but hopefully, end of 2026, maybe start of 2027.
Yes.
Because we don't know how long we're going to be here. We're thinking it could be 5 years now. So we've talked about Dubai. So Dubai could be interesting. So I've started watching a lot of
the shows
there. Over there.
Yeah.
The European ladies look phenomenal.
Yes, yes.
And I'm not an expert, but it seems like this posing styles seem a little bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, the ladies in general over in Europe, they're just stunning. Like, I stick out like a thumb because I don't wear makeup, and I'm, fashion is
you
not
do on
my
stage,
thing.
baby girl, so you don't have to even worry about that.
Oh, I think I showed my comp photos to someone the other day. I don't show it that often.
Yeah.
And I showed someone like, that's you. I'm like, yeah, that's me. It doesn't look like me. Yeah.
It's always a shock for everyone, I think, comp photos, because it's like, it's just an extreme version of you, right? So it's, you know, because you've got all the makeup on, you've got the glitter and glam on, you've got the hair, you've got like, and you're like tiny, so yes.
It's the best thing though. I remember you saying to me, like, I think after my first comp and like I arrived back in Australia, I think that was ICN Sunshine Coast.
Yes.
And that was a big learning curve, that first comp, because we knew that like maybe I was a little bit too conditioned.
Yes, conditioning was not in your feedback, let me put it that way.
And I was sort of like, oh, I don't know how. And you said, just wait till you see your photos. Wait till you see your photos. I was really worried that I didn't fit in on stage. And, after I saw the photos, I was like, oh, I don't care how it went. Like, that was just having the photos look back was awesome. But, I mean, I don't know about other people, but I definitely recommend if anyone does their first ever season of comp, if you can, do more than one show, because I think that was the best advice you gave me, because we did the first show and then we had a week, 2 weeks a week.
I think yours was stacked, hey, week after week.
Yeah. And like, I mean, I suppose you started reversing me out.
Yeah, I did. I had to. It was great.
Yeah.
But that's ideally that's where we like our clients to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that, and we were talking off camera just before about this. Sometimes the hardest thing about being like online is sometimes photos are quite deceiving depending on lighting and angles and things like that. And so when you first walked into that gym at the Sunny Coast and I saw you, I'm like, fuck, I need to feed you a burger.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I can't say that's ever been my peak week style before for a client, so you should feel very privileged.
But I think that like having those three, and then finally, like, I got a placing in WMBF, but it was a small range of us. But I still loved, like, WMBF was amazing.
And you looked phenomenal at WMBF.
That was my favorite photo. That one.
Yeah, same. That's the photo I use of you everywhere. So if anyone's seen photos of you on my socials, it's always that. I love that photo. You're glowing in it. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I was happy, and that was like, it was a nice environment, and then going to ICN Brisbane. Yeah. And you had that time to feed me up a little bit more. Yeah. And knowing that, I mean, some people like go, oh, fourth place, but for me, fourth place out of, I think it was
7.
And it was it was it Mums?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I was against like younger 28-year-olds, 22-year-olds, and there was 10 of us on stage or something like that. Yeah. So I was like, woohoo,
You're like, you looked at me like it was just the best.
And another friend, she came second, or one of the girls that I met.
Yes.
And then I was like, she high-fived me. I was like, yeah, I would have come.
It's such a gratitude piece. Like, you were just so grateful to be there, and honestly, that's why it was just such a special moment. Like, it was just, and I was screaming for you like an idiot, because that's what I do for you guys. So if anyone's heard me in my lives,
mind you, I think I was hyped up by the end of the day, because we did sports category for shits and giggles,
Yeah.
And I was hyped up on
lollies.
I hadn't had so much sugar in my life.
Yeah, it was great.
I don't think I shut up backstage. They're probably like, who is this Molly?
I think I ended up feeding you a couple of Tim Tams as well before we went out, didn't I? Yeah. Great.
But that was an awesome experience.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It was great.
So,
it was great.
Yeah.
It's always good to have you on the team, because you are that hype person for everyone. So it's good having you on the team, and part of the athlete group is which I'm, as you know, I'm trying to kind of build that like athlete group into an actual team. Because I often say, bodybuilding's a lonely sport, and it doesn't have to be. Like, it really doesn't. Like, yes, at the end of the day, it's you for you, and you're the only one on stage and all the things, but it doesn't mean you can't have a community around you to support you through those things. And I think that we definitely, are definitely starting to create that. So, which is
and I think the team that you've built is, like, it's full of just genuine people.
Yeah.
There's no negativity. No, everyone just supports each other, and
Yeah.
people ask for something. Everyone's just positive towards each other, which it is nice. It's actually, it feels nice to be part of a team. Like, you say, I've got my coach. You go, Team KG.
Yeah.
Which is a nice, it's like a team sport, but not a team sport.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Which is what I wanted for it. Like, I didn't want it to be that, like, individual thing. Like, there's nothing wrong with having people to lean on, especially in this sport, because it is so out there. Like, it's so extreme that there, as you would know, like, having Mick back you up and everything is the same with me. Like, having Lee back me up through the years and stuff like that, he's amazing at it. He's so good at it, but he doesn't quite get it. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's really good to have those people who really get it. Like, when you say you're hungry, like, they get what that means. Whereas, like, someone who's maybe been hungry and then they can go to the fridge and eat what they like, they don't quite get that, like, that hunger.
Yeah.
So, although Lee's getting it now, but...
Well, that whole, questioning why are you weighing your food or anything like that, or why have you brought your own food, where people are just like accepting, that's okay. But at the same time, like, I think with the bodybuilding stuff too is, like, if you've got that good family around you, or those good other, support network, like, you can go to, another person's place and say, hey, listen, I can't eat this, but I'll bring my own food, or I'll cook, like, not expecting anyone else to have to cater for you, but then also being accepting that you'll bring your own stuff, or you won't eat there, but you'll eat later, but you'll be social with everyone.
Yes. Actually, I think part of it is it actually brings you back to the reason why you go to dinners with people, because it's not actually for the food, right? It's to spend time with people, and I think we've forgotten that, and it's all about drinking and food, and it doesn't have to be. We can always bring it back to that, core purpose.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to do those social things when I come back for another visit to Australia. Very hard. Bosnia actually has a good culture for that. Their coffee culture. You go for a coffee here, and it's not, I've been told, it's not just, not on the go coffee. You sit there and you've got to
I love that.
be there for a good 2 hours.
I've got to come and visit then.
Yeah.
All right. We've got a minute left.
Oh.
Is there any... I know, but you and I can talk for hours about this stuff, so let's be real here.
Oh, God. And there's other stuff that we haven't even touched on that I probably should have.
That's fine. We'll do another one. You know that.
Yeah, do a women's health one or something like that.
Yeah. Definitely, we'll do a women's health one, especially with you, because that topic's really important. All right, cool. Well, thank you very much for making time for me. I really appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the middle of the year, because you are coming back for a visit.
Yeah.
Which I'm
You'll probably just
so excited.
I'll walk into the gym one day and just annoy the shit out of you.
And I'll be excited about it. All right, my love, I'll let you go. Thank you so much. And
thanks,
we'll talk again soon.
Bye.